Okay, for science this week, December 7th through the 11th, week 12, we're going to do an experiment that's in STEM scopes. So here's STEM scopes, the link, and that's how you get into it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is ocean acidification. So this is an Explore, and it's an experiment. So you'll have some items that I will be using to do the experiment. So the only thing I've changed is due to the materials I have, is I've changed the vinegar and the tap water to be 400 milliliters, and you can see that right there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the acidic oceans, part 1. Does a change in dissolved carbon dioxide create an acidic solution? So we're going to use this graduated cylinder, and it asks for 50 milliliters of bromothymol blue. Okay, so this is my bromothymol blue. Okay, in this container there's 100 milliliters. So I'm going to open this up here, and it is sealed. So I'll pour it into my graduated cylinder, and it doesn't really look blue, it's kind of a brown, which I'm not sure if it. So I'm going to put it inside this jar. Okay. Now, that's the bromothymol blue that we had. There's 50 milliliters. It's not too much. Okay. So it says transfer it to a beaker, which I have a jar. It says exhale your carbon dioxide into the solution using the straw until you get a color change. Do not inhale any of the solution into your nose or mouth. Record the color in the chart. So before, kind of looks like a greenish, I would say there's kind of a blue in there, but I'm going to use my trusty straw. It's kind of a very big straw. See the straw? Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take and blow to see if there is a color change. So I'm not going to inhale it. So if you've noticed, it changed color. So this color is, so the before was kind of like a brownish, greenish color, and then as we exhaled my carbon dioxide, and you have carbon dioxide too when you exhale into the bromothymol blue, you're going to see that it is going to change color. And the more I exhale into the bromothymol blue, you notice that it's just changing even more into a yellowish orange color. Okay, so we'll record that on your sheet that it went from a brownish, greenish color to a bright yellow, orangish color here. Okay, so that's the introduction of carbon dioxide into bromothymol blue. Okay, now if you look at this next page, there is a chart for bromothymol blue. Okay, and it's going to show you a pH chart. Okay, the smaller the number is the acidity, the larger the number is the alkalinity. Okay, so I'm going to show you a picture on my laptop, and it's going to show you that if you look at the smaller the number, it's more acidic. So there's more acid in it, the lower the pH. So if you look at the top of the list, you're going to see that battery acid, gastric acid. Gastric acid is what's in your stomach that digests the food that you eat. Lemon juice, cola is very acidic. Vinegar, orange or apple juice, beer, acid rain, coffee. And then you notice as you get further down, you're going to find that these materials are more basic, or it's got a higher pH. So if you look at milk is the top one there. Pure water is at 7. Seawater, surprisingly, is basic. So sometimes we say it's really salty, so it's more basic. Hand soap is basic, and there's your bleach. Household lye is what's in soap when they make soap. So you can see that within this range, the material gets more acidic as you go lower in number, more basic as you get higher in number. So if we think about our bromothymol blue that we just experimented with, it was right here in the greenish color. Okay, greenish, yellowish color. And as we introduced the carbon dioxide from my exhaling or breathing into the straw, we get a little bit more up here where you show the orange, yellowish color. So as we introduced the carbon dioxide, the bromothymol blue became more acidic. Okay? Now, the other experiment is the acid eggs. So we're going to have to revisit this after we put the eggs into the liquids. So what it's telling us that we have one container that is acidic. So you can see my demonstration here. One side is vinegar, which is 400 milliliters. Okay, there's one egg. Over here, there is the tap water. There's 400 milliliters, and this is neutral. Okay, so if we say it's neutral, it should be about 7, a 7 on the pH scale, which is a 7. I have this universal indicator that tests what a substance is. So I'm going to do that experiment with the vinegar. So I have the vinegar here that I put into the jar. I guess I should have opened it. So if I pour that into this one beaker here, so this is the vinegar, and I put in my universal indicator, and this is something that they sell, and I drop it in there, you're going to see that as we stir the mixture with the universal indicator in there,